I wanted to talk to you guys about some ways to prepare for a good weekend, no matter what you may be doing, no matter where you are or what's going on in your life. Ways to be sure you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend full of, good things and, no negativity. And it's like this. There are millions of things that we don't control, that we have absolutely zero control over. But in this house, my husband is a therapist and I am a social worker. And we often say things like, what things can you control? You can control your thoughts and you can control your actions. So that is true in every task. So for example, I control my thoughts and my actions. I control my attitude. So it doesn't matter that it's going to be 100 degrees this weekend. I can control how I respond to people. It doesn't matter if no one comes through my door. It matters that I have a good attitude and that I present the best possible me. I was thinking of how I set my goals for events, like how I determine what makes them successful for me. So this one that I just did was a $40 booth fee. So my first goal is always make booth fee. And then the second goal after that is make your expenses. So if you're not a direct seller, I hope you'll stick with me because I am going to apply this to some other things, and you can see how it mirrors to your own goal setting and setting goals. So for my basic level goals, booth fee, that's like whenever you decide to do something. You've set a goal and you're taking action. So that's that first step. You're taking action. That's that first workout, that first snowball payment when you're trying to pay off debt. It's that first step. So booth fee is my first step. The second part of my booth fee goal is I always try to make it before lunchtime on the first day of a multi-day event. And if it's a one-day event and it's a bigger event, then I try to stay within the first 2 hours or something like that. The second part of that basic goal is meeting your expenses. Now I save a lot on my expenses because I take my own food when possible and my own water and things like that. And then this event was close enough for me to drive to every day. So I didn't have a lot of expense as far as that goes. But I was able to take care of that as well pretty quickly. And so that's like that first reward you see after you've set a goal. So you've started on your journey and you see that you've lost a few pounds, and maybe you've started paying something off and you've gotten rid of one debt. So it's that first taste of progress that helps you stick with it. My third goal that I set is kind of like the minimum that I'll be happy with. And so again, this is going to depend on what your booth fee is in terms of if you're a direct seller. So that, there's that. In other areas, it would be that meets expectations, where you've reached some moderate success. Maybe it's getting through one of your biggest debts. Maybe it's you've lost a milestone number of pounds. Those kinds of things are, and they're in each of these steps, it's worth celebrating whenever you hit those goals. And then my last goal, which is like the top level that I always hope to meet or surpass. And we have this, it's like a 10 times booth fee rule. For a $40 booth fee, that would be $400. And that is what I walked away with this weekend. And I was really happy about that. This was my exceeds expectations level of goal setting. This is where you see those big results from your efforts, where you're debt free, where you've met your goal weight and maintained it, things like that. So these kind of basic general terms for goal setting. I hope I've given you some good examples to take away from what I've learned doing events. And